YouTube says I'm live. Come on, baby. There we go. Okay, I think I'm live. Am I? Still haven't figured out when I'm live or not. Okay, so I believe I'm live right now. So I'm gonna just do some painting in a few minutes here. I'm gonna start painting. Oh, sorry about that, folks. So I'm gonna do some painting here shortly. Just getting stuff prepared, trying to figure out the best way to stream this, to film this, and yeah. Also, I'm making some rice at the moment, so I gotta wait till that gets finished in about 10 minutes. So I'm just chilling out a little bit. Oh, I need to get my photo reference up here on the computer as well. From a photo that I took recently, so I'm just gonna do something fun, you know, something easy, quick. A lot of light. I want to try and there's a lot of little. With this painting, it's gonna be more about like light versus shadow. The painting is mostly in shadow with some sunlight streaming across the ground, hitting a tree, hitting a building. So should be pretty cool. But anyway, I only got one person watching. That's probably me. But anyway, we'll just keep it rolling. And I'm going to start a painting here. I guess I could start painting right now, actually, or at least start mixing up my colors. I hope the audio is working. Let me check that to make sure. And I'm going to start painting. Okay. Yes. We got audio, so that's good. Alright. I'm going to just jump into mixing up some colors since no one's here. So I'm just doing the brightest highlight at the moment that I believe is going to be in the painting. I'll try to keep up with the chat here and there if I get a lot more people watching, but it looks like right now I don't have a lot of people watching, but I didn't really publicize this stream anyway. Let me post a link to Twitter or something. Maybe somebody will check it out. So I tweeted it out and see if I get any other followers. 5 people watching. Sweet. What's going on, Belinda? I'm just painting a, it's going to be a landscape. I haven't started yet, I'm just mixing up some colors, but it's from a photo reference that I took. I can't really show you because it's on my computer, and I'm streaming with my computer, so. But yeah, hopefully it'll develop here pretty shortly, but I'm just chilling. I'm cooking some rice right now, so I'm just letting that kind of, it'll be done in like 10 minutes, so where did my palette knife go? Oh, here we go. So, let's see. Next color, I'll do some green in it a little bit. Probably not that one. Something like that. Yeah, I'm painting today. Insanity. Yeah, I've never live streamed a painting before, so it should be pretty interesting. I mean, we'll see how many people tune in this early. It's early on the West Coast, 9:30. So we'll see what happens. I know people have lives and they go to work and stuff, so I don't expect a whole bunch of people to tune in. But I have a life too. But I had some free time right now, so just trying to bang it out real quick early in the morning, and then do some other work the rest of the day. You know what I mean? So just chilling out. Thanks to anybody that tuned in yesterday on the live stream for like 3 hours. That was pretty cool. People kind of like that. So I don't know if I'll be live streaming like a ton, but I might do them here and there just to keep it kind of special. You know what I mean? Maybe once a week or something if I have time. So I'm just starting with a toned canvas. I haven't even done anything to it. I toned it quite a while ago, probably a few months ago. I have this canvas tone, and it's just been sitting around. So I'm just mixing up kind of like the major hues and the major color groups or color families that are in the painting, like, you know, the greens, the browns, the lights, the darks, reds. It's going to be some gray, purpley grays in here actually as well. So mix that up. I'm not paying attention to the chat right now, so give me a minute or so. Actually, my rice is done, so I got to go get that real quick. It's actually not my rice. My girlfriend wanted me to make her some rice while she was at school, so just wanted to get that out of the way before I started painting. See, color mixing isn't that complicated, you know. It's just all the color theory that I mentioned in our videos. So that's what I use. Figure this stuff out. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 minute. Alright, it's not done yet, so probably about 5 more minutes. And then, yeah, it's the Sienna Pochade box. It's a, I think it's a medium one. I don't remember what size, but yeah, this is a 10 by 12, so I think it's a medium. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll try to keep this one interesting, more interesting than yesterday. Let's see. Let me check other colors I have going on here in this painting. Ah, blue sky. Let me see. Blue, some white. Actually, that's way too much blue. This ultramarine is really strong, so gotta be careful with that. So blue sky there. Gotta touch this some gray. Boom. That easy. There's not a lot of blue sky in this anyway, so it's not that important. A little bit of blue sky, green, tree color, something like that. I'm just checking my photo reference here. So I could probably start here. Actually, one more color. Yeah, sorry I can't show the reference photo. It's just, you just have to see what happens here on the canvas and see what comes out. It's just going to be a tree here. There's a building back here, and there's a light coming across like this, shining up on the building, a lot of different little spots, lighting up the tree, and the rest of it's just kind of dark, a little bit of blue sky. I'll start drawing it here in a few seconds. Man, what color is that shadow? It's always hard to tell, like, when it's like kind of really gray. I can just eye drop it. Let me see what it is. It's kind of like a greeny, olivey green gray. Some is green, some gray. You know, when you have a shadow that's kind of like a gray and you're not sure of the color, and you figure out the color, if it's like a green or, you know, it's a gray that leans more toward green or more toward purple or something, you just mix up green and add gray, or mix up purple and add gray. I mean, it's really basic. You know what I mean? It's simple. Color doesn't have to be overly complicated. Alright, should be good enough for now. Let's see how this beginning goes. Alright, let's see. Anybody saying anything? What's going on, TP? Glad to see you back here. And Timothy, thanks for subscribing today. I appreciate it. You're kind of lucky just tuning in now. I just started live streaming like yesterday for my first time, so hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy the channel. If you don't, unsubscribe. That's fine, you know. Everybody has their own thing, you know, so ain't no big deal to me. But I definitely appreciate you checking it out and subscribing. So I'm just starting out with a sketch. I'm just basically getting in the structure of the painting. Tree there. Comes down further. Fence. So I'm just focusing on like light and shadow, and I'm gonna fill in basically where most of the shadow areas are real quickly. Okay, I'll be right back. One more minute. Hopefully it should be done now. All right. Now I can paint uninterrupted from now on. So yeah, and Sandy, I did get your email. I was busy yesterday. I'll try to email you back today. Sorry about that. I didn't check my email till late last night, so had a bunch of other emails. So yeah, it's almost been a year since I started doing oils now, and yeah, I try to keep it real, like the human experience of it and the struggles. I try to just vlog my experiences with things. Um, yeah, there's a lot of artists that just show the bright side and go, here's my work and here's all the great work I do and all this stuff. And I go, here's a crappy painting I just did. Here's this. Actually, I'll show you right now a painting I did that I did just the other day. And when I was doing it, I was like, this is cool. It's different. And then the next day I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, it's not that good. Yeah, it's right over here. I was experimenting with color. I was experimenting with just something different. But I like some of the strokes in it and stuff. Probably can't see the colors. It's kind of like orange and this weird like yellowy green, but it's it's different. And this mass of trees, I kind of like just a stark mass of trees. But it's not that I hate it. It's just that it looks better from far away. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's interesting. So I haven't posted this one online. So I struggle with paintings. I'm experimenting, doing all kinds of different things. So it's yeah, I got your email, Insanity. Sorry about that. I didn't check my email till late last night, so I'll get back to you. I just had a bunch of other emails, and I was busy yesterday after the stream. So yeah. Anyway, let me get back to this because people don't want to see me just sit here talking. So let me get back. All right. So actually, I did that backwards because this tree isn't all dark. See, sometimes I screw up the sketch, but it's all going to be shadow behind this tree, basically, all the way across here. Shadow, shadow. Shadow. Little bits of shadow there. So I'm just using like some thinner with not raw umber, burnt umber. So this dries really quickly. This will be dry like probably before I even start all the color and painting. See, this part doesn't really matter like what it looks like. Like, do I have to fill in every little part? Like, not really. You know? It's just mental notes for me. It's just noting like, okay, where is shadow versus the light? That's kind of just what I'm playing with here. So some shadow. I mean, it's almost all shadow. There's little bits of light here and there. You know, the blue sky is poking through back here. This is a tree, like a pine tree. So it's really tall, and the leaves are up here at the top. But most of what the focus is going to be is this strip of light coming through here and up on the building, and this tree is in light, at least this side of it. So it's an interesting little scene, I think. I hope. So we're going to see how it comes out, if I can get it to look okay, you know. I'm going to try to keep up with the chat a little bit here. Oil, yeah, I'm doing oil. Good to hear, Insanity, with the chalk drawings. It's pretty cool. Just stick with it, you know, and just try to do things differently than everyone else. You know, you got to stand out, you know, and do your own thing. That's kind of what I'm trying to do with my channel, just do my own thing. But yeah. So let's see, where do I start? You know, every painting is kind of different. Like sometimes I start with the darkest, sometimes I start with just any color. It's all like intuitive. It doesn't really matter where I start. It's just whatever I start with has to be as correct as possible for the most part, because I'm going to base that on everything else. So let's see. Where do I want to start? Let's start with the darks, because that looks pretty easy on this painting. Everything is pretty dark, so there's some windows here. I could leave those out, but I'm just going to throw in a shape for now. I'm going to try to paint this pretty loosely because it's a small painting, and I want people to kind of be able to tell what it is. So it'll be somewhat loose, but not, you know, so loose that you can't tell what it is. I always try to walk a thin line between something really loose and something see if that light helps at all. I don't want there to be a glare. Is that better? Yeah, that's probably better. Okay. But I try to walk the thin line between like keeping it loose and being, you know, somewhat realistic about it. I try to just keep it fresh looking. That's what I like in a painting, is like having the brush strokes in it. I tend to paint pretty quickly though, so this painting shouldn't take super long unless I'm struggling with it. But it's going pretty smoothly so far. Not a whole lot to mess up at this point. Kind of just, it's almost just monochrome right now. Not putting the paint on very thickly. I'm not really using any medium. I don't like using any mediums. I use a little bit of thinner in the first stages, so there might be a little bit of thinner on the brush and in the paint, but for the most part, it's just paint that I paint with. I find that to work pretty well for me. So. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tone this down. So I'm like planning in my mind like the darkest dark like right here, sharpest edge, and the lightest light. Having all those like in this area, or maybe on the tree, something like that between those two. That will be like the focal area, you know. So just kind of what I'm thinking, if you were wondering. So now I'm just going to jump into a little lighter color, shadow color, see if I can get that looking correct. Kind of just jumping up a value. You know. Make sure there's no glare on here. That's one thing that's hard about oil. Yeah, it's hard for you guys. It's all dark right now, so it's hard for you guys to see any of it, but it'll be an abstract painting until I start putting a lot of color down. Are you guys saying anything? Oh, you want me to go through the paint on the palette? Yeah, that's a good idea. I just mixed up a lot of paint, and I have titanium zinc white. Here, I'll just show it like this. I have the tubes right here. Titanium zinc white mixture. See if you guys can see this. From RGH oils. You can use Gamblin. I ran out of the Gamblin ones, so I like the titanium zinc white. It's just different than titanium white by itself. Cadmium yellow lemon from RGH. I ran out of the Gamblin again. Cadmium red medium. Ultramarine blue. Burnt umber. Boom. That's simple. And then I just mixed up everything else. All these colors are just stuff that I mixed up, pre-mixed. So that looks about right. I like that color. That's a nice color. Is there any glare? Gotta keep making sure there's no glare. Okay, I don't think there's gonna be any glare. I have a pretty good light for this painting. It's just right above me right here, so there's no, if it was coming from this way, from this side, there'd probably be a bunch of glare for you guys, but I got a pretty nice setup here. So, something like that. There's a bunch of, maybe a bunch of light hitting this in these little spots, so I'm trying to just leave some of them open. And kind of show some of the orange, have some of this orange showing through. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just playing around with things. Trying to keep it interesting. Would I do some critiques today? Maybe. I don't have a lot of time. I have till about 12, or I have to about 11:50 West Coast time. So. Yeah, highlights, I kind of leave those to the end, sort of. Sometimes I put them on first, but usually at the end. Yeah, sometimes they can be frustrating, but you just got to find the range of value you want in your painting. Do you want like really dark, you know, is there going to be some white in your darkest dark? Yeah, something like that. No, I don't have any videos on how to do portraits yet. I haven't really done that many portraits myself, so I'll start doing portraits here shortly eventually, but you know, just just taking me time, progressing through the stages of life, you know what I mean? So over here, some shadowy colors from and soften that a bit. I'm just getting like a darker green. I only did like the highlight color, so I'm gonna mix up a darker version of that and maybe that up here, a little darker probably. Actually, I missed some of the darkest dark too. I don't know how. Got in there. This photograph was kind of busy actually. There's a lot of busy stuff going on, and in Photoshop I kind of simplified it. Probably do a video about that and show you guys how I did that. It'd be pretty cool. Got a tree here. Just keep glancing back at my reference photo. That's all. Just making sure I'm on the right track here. So, bunch of dark. Starting to get a little lighter now, but also warmer. This is in the evening. It's kind of in the evening sun when I took this photo, so trying to recreate that warmth. And that's one thing with this, the orange underneath, it's gonna help. Just warms up the whole painting. So, a little bit of light zooming through there. And just thing is, see, I can always get lighter if I need to. So I'm not pushing it really light right now. It's just I'm keeping that nice balance. And there's some green grass over here. It's actually a lot more yellow, yellowy green. Maybe I can mix up the freaking color. There we go. It's probably too bright actually. Clear that a bit. Just cleaning my brush a little bit. I'm going to start putting some highlights on this tree so I can start getting a sense of. So this whole tree isn't supposed to be dark like that, it's actually a lot lighter. So something like that, and try to get the bottom of the tree. There is some dark on it, the back side of it. Actually gets lighter. Let's check the chat here. Just some folks chatting back and forth. It's a 6x8. Yeah, Red Sox. It's pretty cool having the kind of connecting a little bit more with people on this channel. But yeah, it's a 6x8, so not much bigger than a 5x7. Yeah, I think it just depends on where I'm at. It starts looking dark and stuff. I'll show you guys a better view of it when I get done, so you can see the whole thing how it really should be. But yeah, actually some of these shadows have a little bit more reflected light back here. Probably adding that in. And to help. I don't have this thing on a really good tripod, so it kind of just wobbles when I paint, but I try to hold it still, at least for the video sake. So now I'm trying to get a little bit more precise with what I'm doing. I'm going to start closing in some of the gaps. Start, because now I have enough color down that I kind of know what I'm doing. I kind of have an idea of how it's going to turn out or how I want it to turn out, so I'm just slowly working it to that point. There's some red here on this tree. You know how pine trees have like, I have this red kind of bark, orangey red bark. Something like that. It's going to get even brighter, folks. So this is nothing there. Shadows here. Let's see a little. It's funny, this tree and this fence back here are kind of the same color almost. They're both wooden. But it's hard. There's a bunch of like light patches and shadow patches, and trying to simplify it. But it's hard to even tell what it is in the photo, so you probably won't be able to tell in the painting, but you'll just know it's some kind of fence hooked onto this structure. So now it's starting to come together, at least from my view. I'm going to throw in the blue sky, because that'll help it a little bit. There are some blue sky holes here, back here. And I really simplified these. There was like a whole bunch of them in the photo, little dots everywhere, but I kind of just simplified it and brought some of the major shapes together. So there's one up here, and then one right by the tree, basically. Brings a little more interest. And then there's one right there, something like that. It's pretty cool looking. There's a lot of variety. None of them, they're kind of the same size everywhere, which isn't the best, but you know, when I look at it, they're all different enough that it doesn't bother me. They look random, they look natural, so I don't really. It's not really. It doesn't really bother me. I'm gonna warm this up a little bit. Okay. This is kind of like a fence with a house back here, like the roof of it, but I really simplified that because it doesn't need to be complicated. That's not really the focal area. I don't really want people to focus on it, so I just keep it simplified. And I'm going to start lighting up things a little bit here just to start getting my bearings here. Get the light coming in. I'm going to have to warm this up a little bit. Sunlight is warm, you know, and it's warm light. So try to add like some yellows and reds and things to it. But see, even if I mess up right here, I can come back with the darks and kind of sculpt the lights again. So the whole painting is just working this balance of like lights and darks. I like how this is coming out so far. I'm actually happy with this, which is surprising. But sometimes it's a struggle, but I really like this scene. So let's see. Highlights on this building back here. Gonna be a little difficult. There's little dots of light everywhere. Which it's okay to have like those on this building because that's my focal area, so I can have it, you know, in my mind, I can have it looking, I can have a lot of complexity here, a lot of different little dots and things going on because that's where I want you to be looking, basically. You know, it's different than these sky holes. I don't really like this being like a square though. I don't really want that in the corner. Square like that. Slowly building up these highlights. And again, that's how bright kind of this is going to be in the foreground, most likely. But I wanted to get these on the building and just see how it looks. I almost kind of like it having a little more color, but you know. You know, when things are darker, they have a little more color in them than when the value is lighter. Let's see how this is going to look. Some more color, some warmth. I think heating it up would be, yeah. I like that. And then just putting it, like making it a little lighter inside of that warmth, something like that. So check that out. It's pretty interesting. I have to go back and add some darks and stuff, but I already knew that would probably happen. I want this kind of like more warmer light than, it gets too yellow, it starts looking funny, so I just added some more red in it. It kind of gets pinker, more of that evening sun color. You know, the photograph, I kind of have to go away from that now because, you know, I want the painting to look nice. I don't want it to look like the photograph because the photograph isn't going to look as good as my painting, hopefully. So leaving some of that orange show through just makes it kind of interesting, I think. Something like that. I probably have to add in a little bit more darks in there and stuff to kind of counteract all of those lights. But had some good strokes there, and I always just blend it out, paint over it. Man, I always do that. You know what I mean? Had some interesting looking strokes, and I go and just ruin it. Let me step back for a second. Wow, it's actually looking pretty cool. I'm actually like really surprised that I like it this much. Now I just need some lighter greens. Warmer greens, actually. See, that's the thing, like when it comes to value, sometimes maintaining like a lower value than, you know, I could go this bright in there, and I did in a few areas, but keeping it like lower and just warming it up, it really comes across as light more. Like sunlight, like warmer. So that's what I'm trying to do here, just show that it's warmer. There's actually some red, like dead pine, uh, pine needles and stuff in here that are coming across redder. Pretty beautiful. Adding in some more red. I've been on the fence here, like adding in some more red. Let's see. See, since I'm using like the same red on the fence as I do up here, it kind of like unites everything. You know, I'm using the same greens, same lights, the darks. Everything is just, it's like a symphony. You know, that's what I try to do. And then some lighter leaves up here, which I can't really see because there's a shadow from this easel. Some lights in the distance back there. I don't want to overdo it because then kill the look of it. See, is that looking good, guys? What do you think? Let me make sure there's not a glare for you guys. I haven't checked in on it. And it's not even really in focus for you guys. It's hard to do it. I'm using this laptop webcam, so. Yeah, Belinda, I'm growing all my hair right here now instead of up here, you know. But, I know. I used to have really long hair. A lot of people miss it. I don't miss it that much, honestly. It was a pain. Hey, 25 people watching. Must be the same ones that watched yesterday. Thanks for tuning in, guys. So I got to this in under. I haven't even been streaming an hour, so I painted. It probably took me 35 minutes or something. You know, paintings don't have to take a long time. That's something I've been learning. Anyway, I'll show you guys. I'll take it off when I get done with it, so you guys can see more of it in detail. But right now, it's kind of I'm getting close to where I want it to be. So, wow, this is probably one of my best paintings in a long time. Unfortunately, see, this is actually darker in the building. Darken this up a bit. It's darker over here. And see, the focal area I want like right in here, and in the photo actually, it's this bright way off the edge. But I don't really want to push it all the way off the edge. I could, but if I darken it a little bit on the edge here, it's more like a vignette design, you know, keeps you focused right here instead of running you off the panel, off the canvas. So try to keep it lightest in here. I could even darken this a little bit to kind of show that as well. But you get the point, you know, it's just this vignette design. Now I'm going to add some darks back in, which are going to kind of sculpt these highlights that I put on. I think I made it too, it doesn't matter, I don't think. I feel like I made this too steep, but it looks okay, but compared to the photo, I'm a little off, but I'm not concerned about following the photo that much. Ah, I ruined that stroke again. Once again, folks, that was a good one. I try to sit back farther so I can see what I need to fix better. That's why I like these long handle brushes. You can get way back and see what you need to work on instead of being this close. You can't really see it as a whole. You know, I kind of don't like this like dark area. I don't know, maybe I should lighten up part of it just so that there's some, you know, shows that there's something to it instead of it just being a dark patch. And I should probably get the that line underneath it just straight because it should be straight right underneath it. If I want, I can go back in and add some light highlights back in, but so this is the part of the painting where I'm way more careful than when I started. When I started, I was just filling in everything, but now I'm getting a little more careful about what I'm doing, just filling in some of the holes there. But yeah, I mean this is pretty close to what I wanted. Adding in some darks in here so that the lights appear even brighter. And realistically on the photo, there's actually some darks in here. So I'm trying to add this back in. Create some interesting shapes and some interesting shapes. Some more natural looking shapes. This is probably my best painting for showing light effects. I mean, I can't believe that I got the light to look. It looks great from across the room. I'm like, wow, I really got this one to come across. It really looks cool. Not to toot my own horn, but like I'm blown away by it. I didn't think this painting was going to come out this good. Honestly, I'm really surprised. Um, what do what do I need to do? Clean some of this up. What do you guys think about it? What do you see? Is there anything looking funny on it? Looking weird? Or I'm not afraid to hear from you guys if you think something's off. Or I may not take your advice if I don't think it's good or if I don't want to do that, but I'm open to hearing about it. Um, you know what I mean? Just trying to get this shape interesting without looking. That looks better, I think. And I could probably soften this up just a bit. Don't want the harsh, sharp edge down there, but I do want it to be darker. Everybody's probably going, don't screw up those lights. Don't screw up the highlight. Yeah, it's alright, man. I can always paint it a back. Yeah, one more look at it, and then I'll jump on the chat and see what you guys are saying. Probably this is the area that looks funny to me. There's some sharp edges in there I'm just going to kill. Alright, let's see what's going on. Just reading the chat, guys. Kind of scrolling up a little bit, reading stuff. Yeah, happy little mistakes, right? Exactly. Hey, Steven, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Maybe I should post on Facebook that I'm live streaming. Maybe more people will join in. I mean, I already finished the painting, but at least people will know. I just forgot to do this. All right. Yeah, I've gone live. I started yesterday. I did one, but this is my first time painting live on here. Yeah, yeah. You can watch the replay on my channel. This will upload to my channel. You'll be able to watch the replay if you want it. But yeah, I don't really have a schedule like for live streaming because I never know what I'm going to be doing. But I figured I'd give this a shot and see if it was any fun. But it's been pretty fun. I think a lot of people are enjoying watching it, and I'm going to try to just warm up this area because there's actually more light on this area. Give me a look. I want to see if how I can do this without ruining it. Oh, I can't really ruin it. I'll just repaint. I'll just repaint that little part. It's not that big a deal. Yeah, I guess it's already really light. I want it brighter, warmer. Come on, man. Not getting it. It's not working. There we go. Little patch right there. Down here too. Something like that. Tree's kind of funny looking. Let me try to fix the shape. There we go. There we go. Man, you guys are good luck, dude. You know what I mean? I haven't painted this well in months. I do a live stream, you guys are chatting and stuff, and I did a great painting out of this. So thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in and giving me some good luck here. Didn't know I was a performing artist. I guess that's what I am. I'm just screwing around, guys. But, yeah. You know, this part isn't probably like the best that I could have done, but you know, it is what it is. Because that's all it can be right now. I feel like the highlights just need like a little bit surrounding them. There's like two values there, and there really needs to be like 3 or 4. But some of the edges need to be softened. I don't know, dude. I should probably just stop messing with it, because if I mess with it, I'm gonna mess it up. Don't like that point. Alright, let me step away again. Oh man, hungry. Haven't eaten or drank anything this morning. I woke up, fed Kitty, my little buddy, and took my girlfriend to school, college, and here I am. I made a smoothie after I fed my cat, and I'm just now starting to eat it. More darks again. Remember I said I wanted this to be like the sharpest edge, with the darkest dark, the lightest light, basically? I kind of have that on the tree here too, like the darks on the back side of the tree. So it's really dark here, but softer, and then on this side it's really hard. It's a hard edge with a dark. Like I said at the beginning, I wanted this painting to be about light versus shadow, and I feel like I got that. I feel that's what I did. So yeah, I'm just screwing around with things right now. I'm just adding some darker darks where they need to be. Again, touching a few things up. And see, this could be extended out. Shape the tree a little bit more. There we go. Check that out. And once I finish this, I'll answer any of you guys' questions or just chat with you a little bit more. Maybe do some critiques if anybody's up for that, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, I don't want to screw this up too much. It's screwing it up. Need to add some more color back in now. Trying to keep the balance between like light, shadow, and color in there. I want some warmth, but also some lights and stuff. But also I gotta watch the edges in here. A lot of these bright highlights, the edges are soft. So that's tough. And I gotta keep all the shapes different and make sure they're not squares or triangles, and make sure they're not the same height like they are now. And keep it looking natural. Otherwise, it's not going to look natural. All right. Alright, one thing I'm going to do, this is like overly simplified and everything else is very like, there's stuff going on. So I'm just going to add like different, like a little bit of variety in here. Just to like, I don't want their eye to be, I don't want your eye to go over here. Because it's all very dark anyway, but I just want some different brush strokes, varying strokes and stuff. Just so it looks like it belongs and it's not just, you know, I could probably, all this area I just worked on, I should probably just simplify it. It's starting to look too busy. So something like that. Like I said, I wanted the busyness to be like right in this area. You know, it's a little busy up here because of the leaves and stuff, and that's fine. But yeah, it probably looks, this looks like it belongs a little bit more now. And then this area is all just flat. And there's actually a little bit of greenery in here. Could probably throw in there. Just to add a little bit of interest, but to not distract from everything. You know, kind of just make your eye just go around the canvas a little bit. Like that. Well, I hope you guys can see this. Let me, I don't see what it looks like. Okay, you guys can't really see any of that. Let's see. Yeah. Hey, Mama Green. Yeah, I'll get bombarded. That's fine. I'm always up for more viewers. You know what I mean? So yeah, why not? So. But if not, that's cool. I don't care. It's 27 people watching. I'm cool with that. You know, it doesn't matter. All right, you guys want to see this closer? I just want to make sure you guys wanted to see it. I'll try and get a good light on it. Actually, that's gonna be hard because it's gonna be dark if I get closer to you guys. This is the part where I drop the painting. You know. I get paint all over me. Let me make sure. See, it gets dark because I don't have. Hold on, hold on. See if try to get it without a glare. Yeah, so that's it. See a little bit more of the colors and things involved in it. A little bit of greenery down here by my thumb. And there's a view without a glare, kind of dark. But there you go. It's good to see it from like all different angles because you know that's kind of like how you would be viewing it. So I really enjoyed this one. It's pretty cool. So there it is. Sorry for you guys that missed it. Or missed me painting it. So I'll just let it dry there. I just sit it on the thing and let it dry. And I use old socks. These are clean, but these are pretty old. Some of them have holes in them, and I have a bunch of new socks now. So I just use these as rags and stuff instead of using paper towels all the time. Because I know a lot of artists will sit there and just rip off paper towels and use like a little bit of it and throw it away, and it's like, dude, you're wasting so much stuff, you know? But yeah, I try to be as conscious as I can about using paper towels and the environment and stuff. So I use old t-shirts, old socks and stuff. I'll just use this until it's just dried paint. It's so dry that it doesn't do anything. I'll just throw it away. But until then, I'll probably use this for a few months or something. You know, I got a whole stack of them. Like I've been using these for the last year. It's just these old rags, and sometimes I rinse them out, wash them out. But I try not to put this down the drain. You know what I mean? So now I've just been wiping my palette knife on there after I'm done color mixing, and I'll just keep folding it inside out, flipping, folding it and stuff. And you know, they're still working as rags and towels. So all the paper towels I'm saving and all the money I'm saving on paper towels. So what I normally do at the end of a painting session, and sometimes I regret it because sometimes I want to go back in and touch up a painting a little bit. But normally what I do is I take my palette knife and I'll scrape all this wet paint together and just mix it up into a gray. And sometimes I'll even take all this paint that I squeezed out. If I don't plan on painting for like a few weeks or like a week or a few days, I'll just scoop up all this paint and mix it up into a gray. And then I just tube it up in these little tubes. Let me show you guys. See, ordered these online with a bunch of open tubes. These have weird caps for some reason. I thought I ordered them from the same place that I did these, and I guess I didn't, or they changed it or something. But yeah, so you just stick the paint in there, and you scoop the paint in with your palette knife, tap it on the table like this, so all the paint goes to the bottom. Wow, what a crappy lid, dude. This thing already just broke. Can't believe that, dude. Piece of crap. Paid like 20 bucks for this whole thing. Yeah, that lid was kind of already broken, I think. But anyway, and then you just pinch the bottom, roll it up, boom, you're done, good to go. Saved a bunch of paint, because now I have all these tubes over here of old grays that I have tubed up. I'll show you some of them. Oh, this one's not doing so well. But anyway, you know, old paint that anytime I need gray, you know, I just squeeze it out on here on the palette. But think of all this paint I would have wasted if it just dried up, and you know, I wouldn't have a use for it. But now I got a nice olivey green color to use. It's perfect. I mean, there's sometimes I could have used this actually for this building back here. I could have used a lot of these grays. I just didn't even think about it. But yeah, sometimes those are convenient to use. So a little tidbit there. Let me check back in with you guys now. Man, dude, broke the cap. I can't believe that. That's why they're only like 50 cents each. Because they suck, they're crap. So, let me shine some light on this thing. People can see it a little better. Yeah. Alright. Which are the good ones? Yeah, that's a good question. I bought these from I don't remember where I bought them. It's either Jerry's Artorama or there's another one. If you just Google empty paint tubes or empty aluminum paint tubes or something like that, they'll pop up. You can just order like 20 at a time or something like that. So All my trees that I paint are happy little trees. So just pointing that out there. That's a happy little tree. How could that tree be sad? Look at that. You know what I mean? It's probably a big tree, but the next date I'll be doing another live stream, I have no idea, honestly. Um, yeah. And probably my next live stream, I don't know that I'll be painting on it. You know, I could just be sitting here talking like yesterday. I did one and I was just answering questions. And I had a bunch of questions that I didn't really think I would ever have. Um, yeah, a lot of great questions too. But yeah, I don't really know. I don't really have a schedule, unfortunately. So my schedule is basically when no one else is home and I have some free time, which usually I don't because I'm at work. But this week I'm off, and actually tomorrow I'm driving up to Oregon and Seattle for work. So you know my schedule is nuts sometimes. I won't be coming home till Saturday, so it cuts into my weekend. My girlfriend's home all weekend. You know, I can live stream with her here, but sometimes she's playing music or she's doing things or she's taking a nap. Um, so I mean, I, I live in a studio with a loft. There's no extra. There's no other room that I can go into. Um, Hopefully next year I'll be in a one bedroom apartment. So I'll have a room and I can live stream any day of the week. I can have a schedule if I want to, etc. But yeah, for now, what happened to the stream? Did I do something? Is it still streaming? Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a schedule. So a cloud painting next, like you know, a little bit of land and mostly like clouds and stuff. That would be cool. I would like to study clouds and do some studies of clouds. The thing is, I live in California, Northern California, and there's never any freaking clouds. And when there is clouds, it's cloudy for days and days, and there's no, it's just overcast. You know what I mean? There's no interesting clouds. But yeah, next time there's some clouds, I'm gonna go out and take some photos of them, and I'm just gonna capture as many photos as I can and just do some studies of clouds like that. I would love to do some plein air studies of clouds, but that's even more difficult than getting. If I can't even get photos of them, you know what I mean? But yeah, 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 Dora. I guess you missed it. Sorry about that, but you know, this has been recorded. It'll be on my channel once I end the stream, so you can go back and watch me paint it if you want. So yeah, huge canvas. I know, I know, dude. I live. If you see how many paintings are on the wall, they're all on the wall because I've run out of storage space, and I live in a 500 square foot apartment basically, um, and it's only that big because I have a loft where my bed is in the bedroom basically. So I really don't have room for a huge canvas. I wish I did, honestly. I want to do like a 4 foot by 3 foot at least of a huge painting. So you know, it's going to take me some time to get to that point, but yeah, definitely, definitely larger canvas. What do I recommend for new painters? What do you mean in terms of what? Like what to paint? You know, probably just small stuff like this. It's going to be simple. You'll be able to focus on the whole image. Um, you know, you can do acrylics, water. You can do anything you want. I mean, that's the thing. Do I paint to music at all? Um, on public property now? Yeah, that's okay. I know. Uh, do I paint to music at all? Yeah, sometimes I do. On a live stream, I can't because you know you can't really have any music on a YouTube video because it's all copyrighted. I don't want it to get a copyright strike on my channel. So, oh, you want to see these on the wall close up? Yeah, I could probably do that in a minute. Yeah, Insanity, your apartment's 3 times the size of mine. Yeah, you're lucky, dude. But I bet my rent is probably higher or the close to being the same as yours. That's the crappy thing with California, man. And living in like a college town, the rent every year has just gone up. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. I can't even afford my rent. I'm still having help um, with my rent. So I mean, it's ridiculous. And I hate having to have help pay for something. I'm really I try to be really independent with everything. Like I pay my own car insurance. I pay my own all that stuff. And but my rent is just something that I can't pay. My girlfriend's in school and she doesn't have a job, so I mean she has a job but not like a full-time job, so we can't afford this stuff to live here. My day job is I'm a graphic designer for a healthcare company, a health devices company. It's innovationshealth.com, so check that out if you want to. You can have a camera over your shoulder on pointing toward the canvas so we could see better. Yeah, the problem is I'm filming from a laptop, and I'm basically sitting right next to my dining room table. So like my setup isn't, to be able to stream, I got to use this laptop. And I can't get this thing any closer, otherwise I won't be able to sit in front of it. Like the table is literally right here. It's this far from my 6 inches from the table, so I can't get any closer, unfortunately. You pay 700 a month Insanity? That's insanity right there. That's insane, dude. That's pretty good actually. And it's 3 times larger than my apartment. It's crazy, dude. I won't say how much I pay, but it's over $1,000 a month. Oh, someone asked if I went to art college. Um, Technically, no. I went to college I went to 2 different colleges. I got an associate's degree, which is a 2-year degree. I did it in 2.5. The program is actually a 3-year program, which I didn't know, but I got it in 2.5. So I actually did it faster. It was for, what was it for? Advertising design, but it had drawing. One of the first classes I took was a drawing class. It had color and composition, which we did color pencil, we did watercolor. I took a lot of computer graphics classes, composition classes. I mean, a really, really great program with really great designers as the instructors and really great artists. So I did that, and then I went on so I got an associate's degree. And then I took those credits I went to another college, which was crap college, but my associate's degree was actually free because of just a program my high school was doing. The tuition was free. Um, the next college I went to, for 2 years, cost me 14 grand. So I'm in the hole 14 grand. Not anymore, but I'm working on that, paying off that debt. But yeah, that college, I could have taught the classes that I was taking. It was so ridiculous. But I got a bachelor's degree in media design. So I went for graphic design, basically. I didn't go to art college. I didn't take a bunch of painting classes. Um, yeah, I'm doing the best with the setup I have, you know what I mean? Yeah, thanks, Red Sox. Glad you can appreciate that. I know people appreciate it, but I'm glad you understand. Yeah, Boston, 2K a month. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, I can imagine. That's in the city though, right? See, I'm not even in a city. I'm in a small town, dude. Davis, California, really small. I mean, I can walk to the other side of the town, 20 or 30 minutes. Yeah, it was in California, the plein air group where I went. There was only one person that showed up. It was during the summer, so I guess it was really hot. It's actually the largest plein air group in the world, apparently. On Meetup is on meetup.com. It's a Sacramento plein air painters group. Largest group in the world, over 500 or 600 members. One person showed up, other than me. It was another guy, and he painted underneath what do they call it? I don't know. There was benches and like a thing with shade, and he was painting the river. And I went out and ventured out somewhere else out in the hot sun and did two paintings. Um, no, I'm not gay. I have a girlfriend. I'm totally straight. All right, Mama Green. Thanks for checking in. See you later. Take care. Can I do more sketching drawing videos? Yeah, but probably not this week. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to get the GoPro from work, and like I was saying yesterday, it's hard for me to do videos because I only have a big excuse me, folks. Something in my throat, man. I only have a big DSLR camera, and it's hard for me when I draw flat on the table, and when I paint, it's easier to just film a painting. But with the drawing, I got to put the camera above it, and I don't really have a setup for that. But I can do it with a GoPro camera, real simply. So, and I can turn the fisheye lens, I can turn that off to where it's just a flat camera. So I need to get the GoPro camera from work, and I'll probably maybe I'll do some drawing videos next week or some sketching videos and just have some fun. So yeah. Wow, Insanity, your master's costed you 65,000. Oh boy. See, I almost went to Ringling College of Art and Design, I think it is, down in Florida. You know, people end up when they graduate from there, they go to Pixar and Disney and all this stuff, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. I could get a really high paying job being an illustrator or doing some kind of design work like that. But going there, it was like 50K a year, and I would have to go for another 4 years after doing 2.5 years of college. I applied, I got in, and I decided, you know what, it's not worth it for me to get into that much debt right now. You know, the economy was kind of crappy, and I was just like, the job market wasn't that great, so I was just like, yeah, I don't want that much debt. So I'm too cute to be gay. That's funny. How do I do my graphics designing? I use Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign. So yeah, Red Sox plein air group. It's really fun. I mean, it is pretty cool when you get. I've been to one. I've been to another one before. I went to one. There was one person showed up. I went to one before that of the same group, and there was probably like 8 or 10 people that showed up, and that was a pretty cool, pretty active meetup. So I mean, it just depends on what time of the year, where they're going. If it's during the week, sometimes people work, but a lot of the time it's retired folk, and they, it doesn't matter. They can go out any day if they want, basically. Um, so yeah, that's why I like working from home, and I like having the job that I do, and I try to work from home. Even though they want me to work full time now, I'm like, there's no reason I need to go into the office and drive an hour to work. I can do it from my house. So I try to work from home as much as I can because then I can do stuff like this. And then after this, and I cut this off, I can go. I can do work if I want to, if I have to get some work done. So, do I have any siblings? Yes, I have an older sister, and then I have a half sister and two younger half brothers. A younger half sister and two younger half brothers. I'm the second one. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's just now tuning in. Yeah, I mean, if your master's was worth it to you, then that's good. You know, insanity. Then that's what you want. You want six to pay. If you're gonna pay 65K, it better be worth it to you. You know what I mean? And make a good living and pay it off and be able to survive. For me, I've only paid my debt off about halfway. I still have about 7 grand left, and I've been paying it off for 2 or 3 years now. I've been really lucky, been able to pump that much extra money into it. But yeah, I'm still paying it off. You know what I mean? I haven't had a full time job. I've been working part time the last 2 years. So yeah, but definitely it's great that it was worth it. Thanks, man. I'll try to keep up the good work. I appreciate it. Later, Steven. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Lifestein, I may use Twitch eventually, but the thing is, I already have such a huge audience on YouTube. Um, I don't know if or would I be able to stream. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I may use Twitch eventually, and you're right. People would support me by subscribing and stuff. But people can support me here on YouTube. If you go to my channel page, youtube.com/SchaeferArt, there's a fan funding button, and people can donate there if they want to. Um, they can donate to my PayPal if they want to. There's ways to support me. You know, I don't need to. If I moved to Twitch, I would have nobody watching me right now, and I have 36 people watching right now on YouTube, and so yeah. Actually, funny enough, I just got an offer for a sponsor yesterday for YouTube, so I might try it out, and you know, I didn't want to be a sellout. You know what I mean? I've had a lot of offers for like sponsorships. Oh, here you want to talk about our product or this paint. I mean, I've had people in the past that they send me an email saying, and this was big companies. I'm telling you, big companies, and they go, "Yeah, we want you to use our paint exclusively and mention our paint in your videos." And I said no, because I don't want to just use your kind of brushes, your kind of paint, and use that in my videos. I want to have artistic freedom to use, like I was showing earlier. With this painting, I use two different brands. I have RGH oils and I have Gambling. I can't be, you know, stuck on one kind of paint, especially when I never used their paint before and they wanted me to just jump into it. And if people are just asking me, you know, I'm some dude on YouTube that I just have a few followers. I mean, I'm not a huge artist, so why are they trying to get me to use their, you know, are they hurting that bad to get people to, you know, to push their paint out there? You know what I mean? So Red Sox, good question. Do I go back to acrylics or now am I a full-time oil painter? How did you discover oils or how did you move to oils? I'm just repeating the questions so that people watch the stream later. Um, they're not going to be able to see the chat. They're just going to hear me talking about stuff. Um, so how do I go back to acrylics? Recently, I haven't been going back to acrylics because I find oils just so much easier, and acrylics are really a pain for me now. I Yeah, acrylics. I love how they feel. You know, I was able to bang this out in under 40 minutes or about 40 minutes, and with acrylics it just would have been a struggle and a pain. And with this, you know, all this paint is still wet. Earlier when I started the stream, I was mixing up paint and I had to go uh, fix my rice and stuff like that, and I wouldn't have been able to do it with acrylics. I would have had to really stay focused and really hurry up and paint to do wet and into wet. So yeah, how did I discover oils? or how did I move to using oils? You know, I really, for years, I was just strictly using acrylics, and I wanted to be an acrylic artist. And I really resisted the move to using oils. And I finally just said, you know what, screw it. So many people keep asking me, try oils, try oils, try oils. And I was like, no, I don't want to. I just want to be acrylics. I want to master acrylics as much as I can. But I think that helped me because now when I'm moving to oils, I'm a quick painter. You know, I whip this thing up really quickly, and so that's kind of how it happened. You know, I've been using oils for about a year now, so I really love that. I know all my acrylic folks are probably mad at me or they unsubscribed or whatever, but you know, I gotta stay true to myself. You know, I can't just do it for subscribers. Yeah, 36 viewers. That's my record so far. Woohoo! Uh, Yeah, it's hard for me to. I might do a video on like, you know, should you go to art college or something? You know, should you go to college? But yeah, it's all personal. It's all personal preference. I mean, graphic design is a good field to get into because, like I said yesterday, if you were here, you know, doing graphic design, you can still like be artistic with everything and learn composition and design and do a lot of that fun stuff, but you get paid for it. And like with painting, it's hard. Like, how am I going to make money from doing this? Other than on YouTube, I can make a little bit of dough, but not that much, especially with only 36 viewers. I'm not making a lot of money at all, at least to survive. But yeah, graphic design, man, it's a great field to get into. If you're into it, it can be a lot of fun. But it's all personal preference. Trying to get through these questions as quickly as I can. Yeah, I'm staying with oils, Red Sox for sure. It's just yeah, learn Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign for sure. Um, those are the biggest ones you're gonna need. For video, I use Premiere. After Effects is really difficult. You'll waste many hours of your life learning After Effects. Tabitha, thanks for staying here, even though you're acrylic folk. You know, the funny thing is, when I used acrylics the last few years, all the people that I learned from, like I would buy DVDs and watch videos and look at oil paintings and stuff. Everybody that I learned from was an oil painter. So, um, you know, it's good to like follow a lot of different artists, even if they don't use um, the same medium that you do. You can learn a lot of interesting techniques and just see a different viewpoint. You know, there is some value in that, I think. Leah Richardson, you love painting but still struggle to draw well. What are your best tips? You know, drawing is drawing is tough, man. Drawing is the foundation, and I think that's why I was able to be good at painting this quickly. You know, like just 2 or 3 years into it, or 5 years into it now. But um, you know, painting was a lot easier for me than most folks, I think. And I think the reason for that is because I've been drawing my whole life since I was 5. So I'm able to pick up on subtle value changes a lot easier. And I already have my hand-eye coordination down. I didn't even use a pencil or charcoal or anything. I just sketched this out with paint. And a lot of people, that would be really tough for them to do, just starting out painting. So yeah, drawing. Get a sketchbook and draw every day. You know, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Do it every other day if you have to. Whatever you can do, and however much of it you can do, just do it. like I said, I have a whole sketchbook. I probably have it somewhere. Um, Let me see if I have it. I'll show you real quick a small one that I did. Never mind. Never mind. I must have put it away somewhere. I must have, it's out in storage somewhere, but it's a small sketchbook, and I filled up the whole thing, 100 pages, with just drawings of hands, because I wanted to get good at drawing hands. And I filled up 2 or 3 large sketchbooks, front and back pages, um, of just gestures of the human body. You know, quick 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute gestures. And when I wanted to get good at drawing people, and you know, the way to get good at something is to do it a lot, do it every day, or do it as much as you can. So that's the way to get good at something. You know, if you know, I'm not going to be good at, let's see, you know, I'm not going to be very good at math if I never do math. I couldn't tell you anything about algebra 1 or geometry or anything. You know, I could still balance equations and do all that simple stuff that I learned. But, you know, anything that I haven't done in like 10 years almost from high school, I'm not going to remember any of that. I'm not going to be good at it because I don't do it every day. But I am going to be good at painting because I do that a lot and I study it a lot and I'm reading up on it a lot and I just do my best with it. So, yeah, who needs math? Exactly. Should I start making some sketches? Make any video you want. I don't care. I have a few different channels on YouTube. You know, they're not all just painting. I have just crazy other channels. You know, I don't post to them that much at all. But man, I can't catch up. Can't catch up. I talk too much on one thing. Yeah, I would love to do plein air in Italy, man. Anywhere in Europe, anywhere in California, I'd love to do plein air. I mean, there's places in America I haven't even done plein air. You know, it's like, geez. Yeah, Japan would be cool too, actually. Yep, Japan, Italy, uh, Greece, maybe. I mean, there's so many interesting places out there around the world. Here's a good question. Brandon, don't you feel like graphic design sort of restricts uh, your sort of flow because you're working for someone else as they want, and painting or even sculpture gives you the power to express yourself? Yeah, absolutely. Luckily, I work for a very small company. There's about 5 employees and or members of the whole company. We're a really small company, but we appear like a large company. And I'm the head graphic designer. I'm the only graphic designer. I'm the photographer. I'm the videographer. I'm the designer. I'm the everything. You know, website designer. You know, all this stuff. So I get a lot of free reign to do what I want and to design it the way I want. You know, me and my boss, he's worked in advertising and media, you know, managing media teams and stuff like that. So he comes up with concepts a lot really quickly, like, oh, why don't we do a shot like with this guy in the wheelchair doing this and blah blah. And I don't have ideas that quickly, so he comes up with a concept, and then I make it pretty. I shoot the shot. I make it look good. I design it. You know, he lets me go free with the colors, the layout design, and he critiques it a little bit. Oh, why don't we make this larger? Why don't we have it say this? And you know, it's a collaborative thing. But for me, I have like free reign. So it depends on where you go to work for, who you work for, what do you do. Um, you know, there's a lot of it does restrict you, but you have to. You know, it's up to you. If you want to try to do painting and do that full time and sell paintings and stuff, it's going to be really tough. It's going to be a lot of work. If you want to do that, that's fine. A lot of people do it. But for me, the graphic design is fun. I've always liked doing it. I've done it since I was 15. I've done graphic design longer than I've done painting. So for me, it just makes sense. And, you know, but everyone's different. So. Okay, what are people saying about me? Japanese food, yum. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like some vegan sushi, some vegetarian sushi. You know what I mean? I used to eat salmon teriyaki all the time. That was really good. Veggie teriyaki is pretty good too. Yeah, it's hard to balance school and art. Yeah, for sure. You just gotta do your best. Insanity, math made you a lot of money. I guess I'm in the wrong field, bro. You know, I should have been smart, went into math. Instead, I'm live streaming me doing a painting. Great. Could you do a live stream on still life painting? Yeah, not right now I can, but in the future, yeah, why not? It'll probably be hard. I mean, it'll probably be the same setup, but my still life will be across the room, so you might not be able to see it, but I could at least show you from time to time like what I'm painting. Yeah, with the links, you got to just um, copy and paste and remove a space in it, Belinda. Usually, some people they put like a space in the URL, so otherwise YouTube doesn't let you click it. It bans you from the chat. So. Oh, you can't copy it. Okay, that's weird. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, oh man. Whoa, I got a lot of emails. Holy crap. Well, not a lot, but oh boy. Emails, man. Sorry, folks. Let's see what's going on. Am I active on social media? Yeah, I'm somewhat active. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. I have a DeviantArt. Just check out my website. It's brandon-schaefer.com. I have all the links to my social media on there. I have a Pinterest. I have all that stuff. It's annoying to keep up with. Who's promoting their channel on my chat? I don't see anyone promoting their channel. All right, Leo, let me look at this drawing. Let me see. They're just trying to give critiques. That's all. They're not promoting anything. Which one? Where is it at? Where's the gazelle? How far down is it? Oh, I see it. I gotcha. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's not bad. Did you use a photograph? The horns look really good. I mean, the face isn't bad either, but you know, yeah, it's hard to say without seeing like the photograph of it. But I like the value, like the shading on the horns. Those look really nice. That's really cool. Um, I feel like the face needs like more darks, but maybe I think the horns are actually darker than the face, like the body and stuff. So I think you actually did it correctly. Um, but yeah, that's not bad at all. That's pretty cool. Oh boy. Well, I gotta leave in about 25 minutes, 20 minutes. So just so you guys know. But anyway, I hope you guys have been enjoying this live stream. Hope you enjoyed the painting. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to paint that for you guys, or for myself anyway, for everyone to see. But it came out pretty good, I think. Turned out really nice. So actually, let me turn this light on now, because I might get a glare now. There you go. It's a little more realistic coloring, I guess. So 6x8, 6x8 canvas panel. So, yeah, Belinda, it's been really cool. I'm glad you got on here and have been chatting. Uh, it's good to connect with you in this way, for sure. Yeah, I still got about 25 more minutes, so I'm not getting out of here. But anybody else has to leave, go right ahead. But I'm just gonna hang out for anybody that wants to talk or has any questions or whatever. No, I don't have a schedule for my live stream yet because my schedule is so crazy that I don't really know when I'm going to be working, when I'm going to not be working, when I'm going to have time alone to do a live stream. So unfortunately, no. But maybe I'll add a page to my website for like a live stream schedule, and if I do have like a solid um, date and time that I'll be doing it, I'll just post it on there. So maybe I'll do that. And if I don't have a set time, I'll just put no time scheduled at the moment. That could be random. So oh, Insanity. Yeah, I did see your drawings. I'll comment on it in a minute. My website is Brandon-Schaefer.com. I know it's kind of a crappy website name, but I need to change it or something. But yeah, Brandon hyphen with a dash Schaefer. If you just go on my channel, you find it under the About section, under all of my videos. Just click on any of my videos. My website's under there. So it's not that hard to find. Really easy to find. Or if you just Google my name, you'll find me. So yeah, Dora, just try to make the next one, I guess. I mean, I'll do my best to try to make a schedule and inform people, but right now it's just been random, and I've just been trying things out, seeing how it's going to work, if it's going to work. But it seems to be working pretty nicely, so I'll probably do more in the future. Life scene, am I vegan? You know, it's hard to like stick to a label like that, but recently, yeah, I've really been trying to be vegan to the best of my ability. Just drank a whole fruit smoothie. Got another one actually. So this is one smoothie right here. About 7.5 cups of smoothie. Haven't even mixed in the green powder in there. But yeah, I've been trying to be vegan. I try to be really healthy and just be conscious of everything that I do. There's sometimes in the past when I go like on a work trip and we eat out at a restaurant or something, and I would end up getting like salmon or some kind of fish. But other than that, I only do that like a few times a year. That's probably the only meat that I ever eat, and I'm actually not gonna do it anymore. You know, if I go to a restaurant, I usually I'll get rice. I'll get a whole bowl, whole plate of rice. You know, I'm trying not to eat no dairy products for sure, no animals, none of that stuff. But you know, so I do the best I can with what I'm given. You know, but hey Ali T, thanks for joining in. It's 1 a.m. where you are, so yeah, get some sleep, man. You need some sleep. So thanks for tuning in. Take care of yourself, man. If you're a dude, I'm not sure if you are, but just take care of yourself either way. Hey Leah, you're vegan as well. That's cool. That's cool to hear. You know, just try to be as conscious as you can. You know, you don't have to be vegan or be this or be that, but you know, I just try to do the. Everybody just does the best they can, and I try to just support. You know, I probably eat like 80%, 70, 80% organic, and most of the time it's just because that's what the stores have around here. It's automatically just organic in California. You know, if I was still in Delaware, they don't even have an organic section in the stores. You know, it's hard to even find that. But around here, it's pretty lucky. I'm pretty lucky. Yeah, yeah. I know you were here till 3 yesterday because yesterday stream. I didn't stream until like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. So yeah, you must have been here a long time. Yeah, definitely get some sleep. Dora, yeah, I may put up some older ones. You know, I'm trying to be really selective. I don't want to put a lot of my work on my site. I just want to keep it like kind of my favorites on there, like the ones that I think are the best. Um, so, I mean, if you want to see a lot of my older works, check out my Facebook page. The link's right on my website. Check that out. And you can go back in time and just see all the old work that I did if you want to do that. So that's probably a better way to do that. Stephanie, I'm currently only doing oil paintings. So I apologize if you're an acrylic artist and you've been following me. I kind of just switched to oil last year, and I've just been working in oil. I really love oils, and acrylics are just tough for me to, you know, the time constraints and having to mix really quick. I like painting wet into wet. Like this whole painting was wet while I was painting it, and with acrylic, that's really difficult to do. So I'm being true to myself, you know. Yeah, I used to be a night owl too. I know what you mean. I used to stay up till 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. During the summers and stuff when I was in high school, I stayed up all summer. I would stay up. I would go to sleep when the sun was coming up. That's how crazy it was. But yeah. Do I like theater? Not really. Not really my thing. No, it's not that I recommend the switch to oils. Like, it's a personal preference. I mean, acrylics you can do. I mean, if you look back at my old work, if you look back at some of my work, if you go on my website and stuff, you see that you can do great work with acrylics. Um, Trying to get situated here, folks. you can do great work with acrylics. It's just for me that it's too much of a struggle. The paint doesn't go as far. It's really annoying for me personally. Um, I worked with acrylics for like 3 or 4 years though, so I mean it's not like they're bad and oils are good. It's not black and white like that. There's a lot of gray area. There's bad things about oils that I don't like, um, but those outweigh, the acrylics. The cons of the acrylics outweigh the cons of oil. You know what I mean? For me, so I would say just try oils. Just try everything. I tried oil pastels. I tried watercolor. I tried acrylics. I tried oils, and oils I like the best. For me. Um, so it's all just personal preference. There's no right or wrong, good or bad. Having trouble there, Belinda. Spelling, English language giving you trouble. Any tips on how to organize paintings and keep them safe? Yeah, that's a good. Here's my acrylic ones. I put them in these little bags. You can get these online. I wish I knew the site. I can't remember. Um, Basically, after the painting's dry, put it in this bag. Keeps it nice. And if you want to sell it and ship it, you peel this off, fold it over, it seals it up. Nice, keeps it safe. And I just stack these up. They're acrylic, so I'm not too worried about it. I just stack them up once they're dry, really, really dry. And or you just you can put them on a shelf like this and stack them up this way. So there's different sizes you can get of those for small panels and stuff. Larger paintings can be a little more difficult. Um, but yeah, that's a way to organize and just keep the small panels. Does the smell bother you from oils? No. I hardly ever notice any smells anymore with them. They're not very smelly, honestly. Um, there's a lot of like misinformation there on the internet. Like people are like, oh, oil stinks so bad, and blah. It's not really that bad. It's just a small smell of the oil. I use odorless mineral spirits from Gamsol or Gamblin, Gamsol. Doesn't smell at all, so it's not that big a deal. Let's see, is there anything else? Later, Leah. Which medium do you feel is the most difficult? For me right now, it's watercolor. I would say, hmm, charcoal is pretty difficult, but you're only working in like just the value range. You don't have to worry about color. So watercolor is tough for me. I know all the techniques and everything. I just lack the patience. Maybe someday soon here I'll like try to really do a watercolor. Um, Maybe I'll do a watercolor of this painting. I like this painting a lot, and maybe I could do that. But yeah, watercolor is tough, man. And I started painting in watercolor. Those were the painting. So I kind of went backwards. I started with the hardest, and then I went to acrylics, which are somewhat hard, and then I went to oils, which are the easiest. And now working with oils is so easy. I can whip up paintings like this really quickly. Have I ever been tempted to mixing mediums? No, not really. I mean, I used to do like a pen and ink with watercolor and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun doing like black ink with watercolor. I've done some of that, but other than that, not really. Yeah, no problem, Mika. Yeah, those little bags. If I could find the link, um, let me give you some more info on that. They're little plastic bags, clear bags, clear bags. It's clearbags.com. Let me make sure they still have those on here. it should be under, yeah, if you go to clearbags.com and then go to bags, and underneath bags you'll see crystal clear bags. Go to crystal clear bags under the bag section on clearbags.com, and then you'll see they have all the different sizes to choose from, the length and the width, and you can get sizes that are good for your panels if you paint with panels. I have some for 8x10s, 6x8s, and 5x7s. So yeah, they'll probably ship to Canada, hopefully. Yeah, it's not the paint that smells. Well, it's the oil in the paint, because there's paint. The paint is just pigment. It's just powder and it's oil. So it's the oil that smells, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, color pencils are pretty difficult too, but I don't think they're as difficult as watercolor. Watercolor, if you screw up, I mean, you're pretty screwed with watercolor. You know, color pencil, you could probably like erase it a little bit, you know, color over it. But yeah, watercolor's pretty, I mean, color pencil's pretty difficult too. Really, the smell is really strong with oils. That's strange. Maybe I'm just used to it, but I don't think it's that strong. I mean, I guess if you have a room full of a lot of people that are painting, it's going to be a lot stronger. And see, I don't use any mediums or anything. I don't use any extra oil. I don't use any turpentine or any of that stuff. I use paint and I use odorless mineral spirits. So yeah, sometimes the stream freezes for people, so I don't know what to tell you. It's just keep refreshing and stuff. So I got to get off here in about 10 minutes, just so you guys know. 10 minutes remaining in the final period. I like hockey, so that's where that came from. It's cool going to a hockey game and 1 minute remaining in the final period. It's like, oh, it's all exciting. Yeah, acrylic with oil on top, that's pretty cool. I've seen, who is it, Dan Nelson do that, and some other artists. I don't know if I've tried it like that. I've painted over like acrylic paintings with oil, but yeah, I'd rather just paint with oil because I don't really layer that much. You guys saw me paint this. I don't really layer that much. I just put the paint on, and with acrylics, painting with acrylics and oil, I'd have to buy acrylics all the time and oils, and I'd have to have a palette of acrylic and then a palette of oil. It's just a pain. I don't want to deal with all that. So yeah. Yeah, sorry to shoot down your idea, Belinda. I was just like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Thanks for the suggestion, though. I appreciate it. You have a really hard time bringing light into your paintings. Well, this is a great example of light and shadow in a painting. And I'm really surprised how it came out. So, Chelsea, what are you doing wrong? You're not getting light into your paintings. It's probably the values, the value structure has to be there. You got to figure out the value of the light and then the value of the shadow and then kind of some of the, the reflected lights. The thing is, here's a simple way to think about it, to think about values. And also maybe what you should try doing is do some monochrome paintings. Do paintings with just burnt umber and white or something like that. And try to get the shadow and light to come across. And once you can get good at that, then start moving into using, maybe just one other color with it. And try to slowly move into using a whole bunch of different colors. And but an easy way to think about this, yeah, no problem, Chelsea, you caught it late. No, just watch back on this stream. Will record to my YouTube channel. You can watch it later, and watch me paint this painting. You'll see how I built it up kind of slowly. The whole painting came together right in the last probably 5 or 10 minutes of the whole painting. You can ask the people that were here watching it. You know, it really just came together in the last few minutes, and that was when I started putting these highlights in. But a simple way to think about it is you have these bright highlights that are going to be the lightest value, and then you have midtone or halftone, which is kind of the light it's still in the light, but it's moving toward the shadow. So it's kind of the actual color of the tree. So that's kind of like, it's the transition between the light and the shadow, but it's still in the light. Okay, so you have those two values in the light, and then you can have like your brightest bright highlight, which is like an accent. So, you know, three values right there, 3 steps. And then you're going to have a dark shadow. So that's all the light. And then moving into the shadow, you're going to have your dark shadows, which are these, the darkest darks in the painting. And then you're going to have your reflected light, which is in the shadow, and it's going to be darker than all the other things. It's going to be darker than the halftone and darker than that. So breaking down an image into, you know, 4 values or 5 values, breaking it down really simply, you know, the accents, you can even have 6 values if you do the darkest dark as an accent, the lightest light as an accent, and then you have light, which are the highlights, the midtones, shadows, boom, you know. So I hope that helped. It's just, you got to break it down and just practice, practice, practice. Stephanie, any tips for acrylics that you have used when you worked with them? Sorry for bringing this back to the topic. No big deal. Tips for acrylics: layers. You got to use layers, and work quickly, and you know, practice. It's going to be practice, because see, this dries everything. This dries a lot. It takes a long time to dry. So all the colors when I'm painting this are how they're supposed to be. When you're painting with acrylics, the painting dries very quickly, so it goes from glossy color to matte, which it changes the value of it. It actually like lightens it up or darkens it, however you look at it. Some people say acrylics dry darker, which they kind of do, but it dries matte, so they sink in, and so you're gonna have to get used to that, and it's tough. It can be really tough, but just painting quickly and doing small paintings like this, working the whole image. Maybe get either make or buy a Stay Wet palette. Google those, a Stay Wet palette, and that'll save you a lot of paint. With oils, I don't have to do that. I can just scrape all this up, create a gray tone, tube it up, and I'm good to go. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody, for this long. I got about 5 more minutes remaining in the final period. 22 people watching, a little less than 30, but yeah, good point, Belinda. Adding water to acrylics. In the first stages, you know, you can be a little bit more watery with it to get the paint to spread further. And make sure your brush is like damp. You know, you don't want it like dripping wet when you're doing the middle stages of the painting. But yeah, using some water with it, that's a good tidbit that I missed. Yeah, go for the smoothie, man. If you drink one of these, man, you won't be hungry. You know what I'm saying? 7 cups of smoothie. I got about 7 bananas in it, a bunch of frozen berries, a bunch of frozen strawberries, frozen pineapple, some green powder, some grape juice, pomegranate juice. Boom, blend it up, ready to go. Okay, Stephanie, yeah, you're doing pretty good, wetting the paint with a spray bottle. It depends on how large you work. If you're working on a large painting, that's probably good to do, but for smaller paintings, you probably won't need to like spray the painting. Um, you might want to spray off your palette, like spray the paints every once in a while to keep those wet. But yeah, you don't have to be vegan, man. It's not that big a deal, Everyone has their own personal journey to follow. But you know, I try not to push my beliefs on other people that much or anything like that. But I respect. I ate meat my whole life, so I know the struggle and all that. But nothing as good as I never feel as good. You know what I mean? When I'm not eating healthy. When I eat healthy, I feel awesome. So hey, Eminem, Mark Muir, Art Exploration. Yeah, the more I broadcast, the more people will come. Yeah, I know, man. It's just my schedule is so random, so I don't expect a lot of people to show up this early in the morning or throughout the day. But thanks for coming by. Um, hopefully you'll check out me painting this. I painted this earlier in about 40 minutes in the very first bit of this live stream. So hopefully you'll check it out later. So yeah, thanks for stopping by though and checking it out. I appreciate it. Chelsea, yeah, I'll be doing some more of these live lessons and streams and stuff. I'm not sure when. At the end of the week here, I'm going to be traveling for work to Oregon and Seattle, so I'm going to be gone for like 3 days. So I won't be able to. I'm just going to be sitting in a car all day, so I won't be able to do anything. And so probably not till like next week, maybe. Um, Although I may have to go to work, so I may have to just live stream with my girlfriend here, and then just make sure that she's quiet and stuff. And but yeah, I'll definitely do more of these. Somebody asked if I could do a still life live stream, so I may do that too. So yeah. No, my day job is graphic design. So yeah, it's kind of art, but it's not like this kind of art. It's different. I don't know what you mean by matte painting. I'm not familiar with what you mean by that. Thanks for checking in, Belinda. I appreciate it. Take care, and hope to see you around soon. But yeah, thanks. All right, folks, we're getting to the end here. I gotta leave. Actually, I'm always waiting for my girlfriend, so I could probably go another like 4 minutes. I don't want to get off too early, but yeah, no problem, Chelsea. Thanks. I hope you rewatch. Hope you enjoy it, and just stay tuned for more. I don't know when I'm going to be doing them, unfortunately. So uh, I'll try to get better at that as time goes on. But my work life is just crazy, so it sucks. I wish my life was more simple and I could just do these all the time and make money. You know, but it's not how life works. So. Oh, Insanity, yeah. Sorry about that, bro. I totally forgot about that. About your drawings. They're not bad actually. They're actually pretty good. Let me ask you a question, Insanity. What kind of pencils are you using? It looks like you're using one kind of pencil only. Yeah, I may eventually sell my oil paintings. I want to explore varnishing and stuff and get that down before I start selling them. So I don't have any on my Etsy right now, so it's all just old acrylic paintings. But yeah, eventually I'll start selling these oil paintings probably, for sure. I just want to let them dry and then varnish them, and then let that dry, and then make sure I just want to get a system down before I start selling, before I should be. You know what I mean? So yeah, Insanity. What kind of pencil are you using? You only have one kind of pencil. I'm looking at the drawing here. It just looks. It's almost just like maybe three values you're using. You're using the white of the paper, then you have like this middle gray, and then you may have like a little bit of darker darks. Like if I could see if you're using only one pencil, it's not a bad effort. It's pretty good. I mean, you understand like shading, like around the nose where you need to shade instead of drawing a line. So that, I mean, you definitely get the concept like of soft edges and watching your edges and values and stuff. But I say just push those values, man. You could get a lot darker on the which one is this? The one that the photo that ends in 93093. That one you could go a lot darker, I think, on there, and it would just make it pop. You know what I mean? Get a lot of darker values. So get like a set of pencils. Yeah, if you get like a drawing set of pencils, I mean, use like a 6B to get like the really dark darks in there. I mean, it would just bring that thing to life, man. Yeah, I've worked with charcoal before. I kind of like it. It's difficult, but I've worked with it before. Can you do some tutorials on shadows? Yeah, I mean, I probably could. What do you mean like about shadows? Like, what's difficult about them? Like, back in here and stuff. It's all just value, getting the right value correct. It's hard to do a tutorial on shadows like without doing like a whole tutorial about light and shadow because it's all relative. You got to compare it to something. Yeah, Insanity. Yeah, just get a pack of pencils and see what you can do. Just play around with it. I like using a 2B, a 6B, and then maybe like an HB to like sketch with in the beginning, and then just getting darker and darker and darker. Um, leave the really darks like to the last, so you don't smudge them all over your drawing. But hey, no video, no problem, Dora. I'm about to end it right now anyway. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying for the whole way because I'm about to end it. So yeah, go get your grocery shopping done. That's way more important than this stream. So actually, yeah, I do have to get going. So um, yeah, just check back and on my channel later today, and you'll see this up. And so yeah, I gotta get going, guys. I'm just actually, it's not even cold outside, so I don't need any of this. But yeah, folks, I got to get going here. Um, yeah, you got the Insanity. Yeah, I mean, it's a great portrait. It's not bad at all. It's just getting those values in there. Like, look up some like portrait uh, of graphite drawings, and you'll see how much darker they get. Yeah, Memo. I'll show you the painting. That's a good way to end it, actually. Good. Thanks for mentioning that for the people that just got here. I got paint on my hands now. So there you go. Hope you can see that. It's different light. There you go. So yeah, it's just a tree, with in front of a building and stuff in the late evening. It's actually right along a walking path near my apartment. It's like 20 seconds outside my door. So it's pretty convenient to take a photo of that one evening. All right, guys, I got to get going. I could sit here all day and live stream, but I gotta go pick up my girlfriend from school. So. All right, take it easy, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and yeah, check out the live stream. Check out the replay for anybody that missed it. Um, check out the replay, and you'll see me paint this whole thing and bring it to life. And so, anyway, thank you for all 26 of you tuning in and everybody that watched. Love all you guys. Stay tuned for the next episode, for the next video, all that stuff. Anyway, take care of yourself. Peace.